If you want to exercise, this is how you do it. Hello, it's me again. I hope you're happy to see me as how I'm happy to see you guys. Okay, cut. So today we're gonna talk about fitness. What is fitness and what is exercise? Since I don't have the credibility yet, because I'm not as strong as you think I am yet, so I'm gonna give this to another person. I'll give his source in the description, you can see, but I'm just preaching it out. So I think it's important because I found it important, and I hope you can find it important as well. So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about if you want to have a great physique, do this, do that, do this. I'm gonna give you a step-by-step guide on how you can gain muscle. As a beginner, you see, I've started, so now you can relate to me even better. So first and foremost, stop relying on motivation, have a system. So what does this mean? This means that you need to have a system that helps you instead of going against you. You see, we all have this tendency to, just be lazy and all that stuff. It's in our nature. It's in our nature. We love more to do instant gratification instead of delaying, instead to have discipline and all that stuff, instead of doing the work. It's normal. But how do you overcome that to become someone above average, someone better than before, someone from just being a degenerate? Let me show you how. So first and foremost, you need to know what is friction. So friction is something, a force that is going against you or opposing you. So that is friction. So you can say that if I'm running, the floor is my friction because I'm going like this, right? So I'm gonna like this, and then like the friction is going there. If you learn in science, right? So that is friction. You see, in cars, when the tires hit the road, that's friction as well. So we also have friction with human beings as well, with our habits. So let's say I'm going to the gym. So the time it takes for me to go to the gym, that's my friction because I'm not in that moment yet. So at any given moment, I can just pull out. I can just pull out from the activity. Say for an example, the gym is quite far from my place. Okay, so I need to walk. So I'm gonna walk. Oh, I need to walk there. Oh, I need to have a short. I need to put on my sun lotion, all that. That's all friction, you see. Everything that makes it heavier to go to that place is friction. So oh my god, you know what? Because you account for the time that you will spend going there, just walking, just putting on your shorts and all that, and you'll decide, you know what? I'm not gonna go to the gym because it's so heavy, it's so tiring, and it works against you, see. So that's friction. So I'll take an example. If let's take an example, okay, like this. I would love every day after waking up, I want to work out. I want to instantly work out. So that night before, I would wear shorts and also my gym attire. You see, less friction in the morning to put on my t-shirt and all that. So when I wake up in the morning, I can just go straight forward, just start running, start working out, and I work out at home. So that's more of a less friction. So I can just wake up in the morning and then go to my gym place in my home and then just start working out. See, less friction instead of going to exactly anything that opposes you, that makes you harder to do that something, that's friction. So you need to develop a system that in a way helps you and overcome that friction, you see. So in a way I like to simplify it as making yourself lazier to do that thing. You see, you're lazy, we are all lazy, but how we use that laziness to help us, you see. So that's how I see it. So let's say if you're coming from work, instead of going home and taking your bag and changing your clothes and then going to the gym, put aside your clothes inside your car, and then after work you can just go to the gym ahead, straight go to the gym and then start working out. See, less friction. So that's how I see it. And this is not only from me, this is from the book Atomic Habits, so it's credible. So you can follow my advice. No, not essentially my advice. So, but you get what I'm saying, right? So, secondly, identity change. It is also from the book of Atomic Habits. So there are 3 types of ways that you can help yourself develop a habit. First and foremost, by thinking of the outcome, and secondly, I can't remember, but mostly and the most important is your identity. You are doing a habit because it creates your identity. So what do I mean by this? Oh, I'm going to the gym because I'm an athletic person, because I work out. Why do I go to the gym? Oh, I go to the gym because I'm a very athletic person. See, that's an identity change. When you put yourself that habit with your identity, you're more tendency to create that habit. You see, the goal isn't to get ripped, it's to become an athlete. You see, so this is how you put yourself. You put yourself, oh, I am an athlete, and whatever happens, and if you're in a state of you don't know what to do, say yourself, what would an athlete would do? You see, that's how you see it. That's how you see yourself. You see, that's your self-image now. And the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes a part of your identity. See, put in the mindset, oh, I am an athlete. I am an athlete. I am an athlete. Same goes to everything else. Oh, if you want to become a better person in your marriage, oh, I'm a good husband. I am a etc. 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 So you will create a habit or follow a habit that protects your identity. You see. So moving forward, number 1 thing that you need to remember, number 3, is priority. So most importantly, you need to be consistent. It goes everything in life. You need to be consistent. Instead of focusing on the intensity, you need to focus on the consistency. Going through days doesn't matter. There will be days that you won't be wanting to go to work out, but you need to push through. You need to push through. Because you need to see a habit as a compound, something of a compound, you see. So let's say if today I'll do 2 exercise, so it's times 2. Tomorrow I'll do 1, it's times 1. But what if I don't do anything for today? Then it's compound 0, and we don't want that. So when it's compound 0, 0. So no, see as an this is also from the Atomic Habits. So see it as a compound, something as compound. You need to go through the days, focus on the consistency instead of the intensity. It is better to be consistent in a year than just burning out in a month. Most importantly, okay, this is such a beginner mindset. Okay, when I started working out, I only focus on my bicep, on my chest, on my tricep. You see, all of the things that appeal to me as a guy. You see, when you can, like, yeah, of course, like I wanted to impress girls at that time, so so I only focus on my upper chest. So I didn't do my legs, my core. Oh, now I still don't do core, you see, but I didn't do legs at the time. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but I don't know if this, like, every person who goes through, like, I don't know if it's like a phase everyone goes through, but I'm pretty sure like most of my friends who I know go through this phase of just doing bicep and tricep and chest, but after like a few years of just like, oh, after they start back working out, oh, then they realize, oh, the importance of doing legs as well. You need to have both. You need to take pride in doing everything, you see. But I hope it's just a phase for every one of you that is just starting out. But most importantly, if you can skip any phase of going to the gym, I hope you can skip this phase. it's so important for you to focus on doing legs as well, because as a guy, scientifically shown that when you do legs, you boost your testosterone hormone. What is testosterone hormone? Testosterone hormone is, I've learned this in biology, it's like a hormone that helps you in developing your muscles, so you can increase your muscle mass. So when you do legs, everything becomes better, it improves the other aspect of your muscles as well. So remember, you need to do legs. Progress is key. Why do I say this? Well, what's the point of working out if you're not seeing progress, right? But remember, you need to be patient. Everything starts with patience. An expert was once a beginner, and remember that. Okay, you'll start to have newbie gains and all that, etc. Progressive overload. So what am I saying? So what is progressive overload? Progressive overload is gradually increasing your weight, your frequency, your frequency or your sets. So essentially, if I'm starting like 5, like for my dumbbell for my bicep curl, so let's say this week I did 5 kg. Try your best to target by next week I can do 6 kilograms. See, that's like you're gradually increasing your strength. So when you gradually increase your strength, you'll get better results. Duh. So that's how you challenge yourself, and most importantly, you realize that you're getting stronger and you're getting bigger. See, so that will keep you as a motivation to become better. Number one on how to do the progressive overload is make sure you have good form, and also have a good diet, etc. And also focus on repetition and set, and also remember to log your workout. Have a gym diary. Arnold Schwarzenegger and all good athletes have a log for their workout. Just write down, okay, today I did bicep curl 6 kilograms. It's like a diary for you, man. It's like a diary for you to keep track of your weights, and like, oh, yesterday I did 5, today I did 6. You see, that's how you see it. And most importantly, but don't beat yourself up if you couldn't get like 6, if you could not like gradually increase by like every week. It's okay. But there's 3 ways, most importantly, in progressive overload. First is by your weight, first and foremost by your weight, and by your frequency or number of repetition in your strength training routine. So that's the key 3 aspects that you can manipulate. See, it's either your weight or your frequency. Yeah, you get the purpose. You can search it up on YouTube, other videos on progressive overload. I might do that video as well, so you can wait for my video if you want me researching and telling you on how, educate you on what's progressive overload. So yeah, and coming from, and after that is focus on deadlift, focus on compound exercise. What keeps you going is mostly compound exercise. Deadlift, bench press, all that, squats, and most importantly, yeah, I forgot to say that just now, the legs. Do squats, man. Squat is like top freaking tier exercise. Yeah, so do a lot of compound exercise, because 80% of your gains is gonna come from here. Don't ego lift. I hope you know what's ego lift. Ego lift is essentially doing a weight that is like, okay, you need to understand, okay, what's form? FORM. Form is the way you do the exercise. So let's say you need to do the proper form so that you can engage with the right muscles, so that you can target the right muscles. So let's say I'm doing a bicep curl. Okay, a bicep curl. A bicep curl is supposed to focus on the bicep, but if I do it wrong, the form, it will focus on my arm. So instead of focusing on the bicep or targeting my muscle bicep,
I'm targeting my arm. I'm targeting my arm.
okay. So yeah, you don't want that. So essentially, the way that you correct your form is that you shouldn't focus on doing heavy weights. If you want doing the bench press, you should just do like a couple of kilograms, or you should just do the bar itself essentially, but just focus on your form. You can see a lot of YouTube documentary. I'll be doing that as well. If you want, I'll be showing you how to demonstrate you. But if you want to do it tomorrow or something, you should just see on the internet on how to bench press properly, on how to do bicep curl properly. So every exercise has its own way of doing. So you need to know that, so that you can engage with the right muscles and target them and develop that muscle. So yeah, essentially that's form. So what's ego lifting? Ego lifting is essentially you're putting a lot more kilogram on yourself, thinking that you can do it, but no. But then you break your form, you see. So yeah, it's like me doing the bicep curl, like 10 kilograms. I know that I couldn't do 4, so I'm doing 10 now. But then I do like this, like so instead I'm not using my bicep anymore. I'm using my arm to lift this. You see? So that's ego lifting. But ego lifting can be I wouldn't say ego lifting, it's more of a cheat, but I'll put that in a later video. Like essentially Arnold Schwarzenegger would do cheat reps, like would do this, like push himself like on the last rep, on the last set of his training to maximize more muscle gain, but that's in a different video, I'll tell you. So yeah, don't do that, but just push yourself until you know that you can do a particular amount of weight with good reps. So let's say this feels so heavy, this feels so light. Okay, so what do you want to do? Let's say like a bicep curl or a dumbbell curl. You try to do for 8 to 12 reps. So let's say 4 kilograms, I can do about 30 reps. So then you go to 6. 6 I can do about 12. That's the perfect weight for you for doing dumbbell curls, for doing bicep curls. Essentially you need to target amount along that range. So if you can't, so let's say if you do 10, I can't even reach 6, then you know you should reach, like, then you know, right, then you should go lower. 4 is the perfect amount, because I can go to 12 and then I'll feel tense up. My freaking bicep will feel so tense. Then you know that's the perfect weight for you. And then you just start increasing, like progressive overload from what I just said just now. From 4, after a few times of doing 4 kilograms, after a week or a month, I turned to 6 kilograms. And then 8, and then 10, and etc. So yeah. So and then remember, warm up is so important, and please do warm up and also stretching so that you can prevent injuries. You don't want more pain in your life, more burden in your life, right? So please do warm up and stretching, and also don't ego lift. When you ego lift, you have a tendency of a higher, like, to break your bones and etc. So stuff like that. And second before last, never to miss twice. Why do I say this? I said just now that you need to be consistent with your workouts, right? You need to put in the work. Some days that you're not gonna like it, etc. But in our life, we have a lot of things. We don't only have the gym, we have a lot of things. We have families and friends, so you're bound to miss certain times of going to the gym. You will. It's no doubt you will. It's inevitable. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. You'll put down your self-image. Don't beat yourself up. Remember to never miss twice. Missing once is okay. Missing twice is a pattern. It's starting a pattern. And if you see yourself setting this pattern, realizing that, you gotta start back today. You see, you gotta I'm slacking, so I need to start back. See, bro, chill. It's inevitable, but you need to put into work. You only miss it like, if I only have a funeral coming up. Oh yes, then it's permissible to miss it. I have a family. Remember to never miss twice. And last but not least, just start. I remember when I was in Form 3, which is 15 years old, I hated the idea of being the skinny guy. I was bullied because I was the skinny guy, and people would not respect me. So that's why I started working out in the first place. One of the most the pushing factor that pushed me towards making making me wanted to work out was I didn't want to get bullied anymore. You see, so when I get bullied and all that, etc. I was the skinny guy, and people would push me around. So I hated that feeling. But then I was living in a dormitory. I was living in a boarding school. So then I remember when I first started my exercise. It was the dumbbell. It was like dumbbell curl, bicep curl, whatever you want to say it. It was like that yoga, that 2 kilogram of a dumbbell. You see, it wasn't like a 5 or 10. No, it was a 2 dumbbell kilogram. I didn't have a pattern or anything. I just knew that I wanted to start. I had a lot of stress in my head, this energy, this feel, and that fueled me to just start. So I remember I started in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. Maybe at 12, and my friend just stared me. He's just playing his phone, and then I did this, with the 2 kg dumbbell. Yeah, doesn't matter. I started somewhere. Everybody started somewhere. You just gotta start. And then when you start to learn yourself, when you start to do it, this is the problems that I have to face. Then I watched YouTube, etc. And I didn't know that much. So now I'm giving the information to you. So I hope that's all from me. I'll leave the Twitter link in the description, because this is not all my advice. So this is from a guy that I know. He's very wicked. He's very fit now. So yeah, that's all from me. Thanks. Bye.